Sunday is cousin day. I spent the entire day essentially with my cousins. We went to church this morning. They invited me to their church. It's the second time I've been, and it was a good time. There was breakfast afterwards. You can always bribe me with food. So I had a beautiful Grenadian breakfast, Tanya log, all of that. And later on in the afternoon, I went over to their house for Sunday lunch, like I do every Sunday. So this cousin is my dad's first cousin. But if you know me, you know that my social friends back home, like in Brooklyn, they're all like, oh man, 10 to 20 years my senior. I adore older folks. And although my dad's cousin is in her 60s, we get along, we go together, like we make sense. So this was moving here. This was my first time meeting her, meeting that side of the family in general. And they just have been so kind to me. Not in a I can't trust this kind of way, just in a sincere, like, that's how we roll kind of way. Like, that's my cousin's words. Like, that's just how we roll. So I have just been taking in all the love. They really helped me settle. So this cousin, in particular, my dad's first cousin, I asked my dad, how is she related? Who's her brother? Because she reminded me of one of my dad's other cousins who moved to Brooklyn that I knew, who's my godfather. And he said, no, her brother is actually so and so. And I was like, oh, okay, I actually see the resemblance. That makes sense. It wasn't until last week that someone popped over to her house, turned out to be another cousin as well, and started talking about her last trip to New York and who she stayed with and yada yada. And I was like, oh, is this person's last name so and so? And she said, yeah. And I was like, oh, they were actually really good to me. These were people that I grew up with as like an aunt and uncle. I found out in my adulthood that he's actually my cousin, my dad's first cousin. But I just call them auntie and uncle. Why did my cousin turn to me and say that's my brother? And I'm like, I asked my father already, how am I related to this woman? And he left out a huge part of the story. When I tell you this brother, her brother that we're talking about, he taught me how to drive a car. He used to take me in during the summers. Me and his kids are around the same age. And like, I grew up with his family. The way Caribbean parents will just forget important details. Like, that would have given me so much more context, Dad. Thanks, Dad. I'm on a walk with this little lady, Miss, and I don't know what she's sniffing in, but I gotta watch her. Anywho, yeah. So it's like, it's funny. Although my dad wasn't there, somehow that side of the family always seems to be there. And that's another story for another day. It's brilliant how God works. God is your father, okay? God will make sure you are taken care of, regardless of anything that happens within your natal unit. You will always have what you need. And my upbringing is proof of that. But yeah, I was like, there's a connection between me and like that side of the family. Me and this particular cousin, when I tell you we eat similarly, like our diets, we think similarly about certain things. She cooks big, beautiful meals, like courses. Like today, we had kalaloo, we had kuku, we had what? Rice and peas. Absolutely not. We had, oh my gosh. But as I was saying before, my phone ran out of memory. I adore spending time with them, eating beautiful, beautiful meals, just banquet style Grenadian dinners. We had fish and cuckoo, provision, rice and peas, green salad, pear. We had everything. And look, I accept it with an open heart because I would do the same thing. I would give in the same way as they always like to tell me that's how we roll. And I get it. I accept with an open heart because they give with an open heart. After dinner, we'll watch some African movies. My cousin might be doing some gardening in the back. You know, it's ladies' night. Just have a good time. So, yeah, I stumbled into new relationships when I got here. I have my dad's side of, like his siblings and whatnot, his natal unit as well here. But funny enough, the cousins have been a huge source of support and just connection. Like, we get each other. So, yeah, Grenada has been full of surprises thus far. I love it here. I am so, so grateful, so blessed, and I don't take it for granted.